Good evening, guys. I thought I'd come and do a quick update on Hawaii, Montreal, why we're looking at San Jose and why we need to do it. So we'll give it a go and then you can give any feedback you like. Hawaii, great for getting our team together, great for working on a team strategy and showing we could all do it. Effectively work the channel, low risk, defense first. Uh, Very successful, pretty successful. Kind of really worked on copying the boring and the very effective French style. Um, it's going to be a good style against any team that wants to play open hockey or wants to open it up or wants to try and move it across the pool. We can make them pay with that strategy. We can keep momentum better. We can regain momentum better. I'm happy taking it down to the corner and out of the corner, and it's going to be something that will keep us successful. So Hawaii, from all those points of view, was great. Really impressed that we managed to follow that game plan. And I know for a lot of people it was boring and it wasn't what we wanted to necessarily do as great, club hockey, but it was effective. This Montreal, this may not be the best slide because I've recorded it 4 times now and I've lost it every time. Montreal was good. Hawaii was about working the channel. We did it well. Montreal was about can we open up the play with a swing or a half swing. It's going to be part of what we need to do well. I think basically one of the things we did a lot was we tried to open up the play when we didn't have momentum, and offensive plays, the swing and the half swing, should be when we've got positive momentum. We try to do it on defense or at zero or to get out of trouble, and that kind of hurt us when we did that because particularly then we were in the middle of the pool with the Americans facing us and then playing one-on-one hockey. And we've got a few guys who can play one-on-one, but they've got some guys that's all they do is play one-on-one hockey. So when we open up, we really need to know that we're doing it for an offensive reason. I came away from Montreal going, okay, I can see what we need to do, and I think we need another opportunity to work on it. And I think we did use the 3 spot more effectively. So I think from that point of view, that was a good process. Okay, just want to do a quick sidebar on just breaking down what we are talking about and not talking about as we go forward. Um, Everything we do is going to come down to fitness. It will be an ongoing issue for the next 2 or 3 months as we try and get into a shape where we can actually execute the plays we're trying to go. We're talking about plays, we're talking about things we're doing, but the underlying thing is if we can't have the fitness, we won't beat a team. I generally start with just break it down. Technical skills we've talked about before. It's fundamental of the skill game. Stick control, passing, dummies, body position. You've got to be practicing them every practice. You've got to be using them, and you've got to be using world level skills, and you've got to find a way to make them world level skills, even though you're playing against some B players a lot of the time, but you're going to need to be able to do that. Individual tactics are how we use those skills, either on offense or defense. And they're up to you. They're your responsibility. As a coach, I'll help you and I can, give you some suggestions, or you can reach out to some players. That's all a good way to do it. But at the end of the day, those skills are things you have to work on and you have to be able to do. The third one we talk about is small group tactics. That would be a 2-on-1. So you're using your individual tactics, but with another player or 3 players or 4 players. You'll often find with when we start talking about small tactics, how do we go up the channel? How do we come out of the corner? I'll often defer to Richard or Matt because they've got really good ways of explaining that. They can explain it and detail it in better than me. They're better with videos. And part of a team is making sure that we use the best out of everybody. It's not that I'm not interested in it. It's just that generally explaining it is the technical part of explaining it that those guys are very, very good at. So I tend to use them for that reason. And I think we've come a long way with it, and we've still got open water, still tough. Working on the channel obviously makes it a little bit easier to make some of those tactics work. Team tactics becomes more of what I get kind of passionate about. Team tactics is take space, make space. You're going to be playing the best players in the world. And when you come up against Jesse Hocking, if you don't take his space away and make him make a decision, he'll make you look silly. So when we're talking about taking space, when they have the puck, the quicker you can force him to make a decision, the more chance there is that he doesn't make the right decision. And that means you have to be on the bottom, you have to be fast, and you have to be in shape and fit. Low risk or high risk, when we have the puck, even or not have the puck, make a low risk decision. Make the decision that means even if you lose, the puck's safe. So that's the idea of a low risk. It's the game plan, and then everybody else knows. The minute you make a high risk plan, I'm not saying don't do them as always, but just bear in mind when you make the thing to go to the outside or the center of the pool, you may know what you're doing, but the rest of the team assumes you're going to follow the game plan. So the minute you don't follow the game plan, that's high risk unless you look to the situation and know that you've got your team following you, or you can take some advantage. Numerical superiority, more players around the puck, more players on the bottom around the puck. That's about fitness. It's being there, it's being fast, it's being fit, it's going 100 miles an hour, it's getting in the pool and swimming, it's doing swim sessions with fins, but not underwater hockey. Underwater hockey is not going to give you the fitness needed to play at Worlds. So you need to go into a pool, you need to be in a pool. We'll talk about it again later, but I'm going to say four times a week, 40 minutes to an hour. Find a way to do it. Find a way to make it happen. Support each other in doing it. Strategy is how are we going to put this all together to dictate our will and beat the opposition. It's a style of play. We're developing a style. You know, the French have got their style, the Aussies have got theirs, the Kiwis have got theirs. We had a style when we were playing 3-3. It kind of got overtaken by what was happening in the world. We're doing a different thing now, and we're learning a new style. We're trying to integrate, and that, you know, again, that was Montreal was saying about opening up and not. But my job is to find a style that can beat those other teams, and it won't be one or the other. It'll be a mix of tactics based on your skills and your fitness and a strategy that goes, okay, we may play the channel and we can beat you know, the Americans in the channel game, but we're not going to beat the French on the channel game. So all those things come into what happens when you talk about a team strategy. Everything is going to come down to team fitness, and team fitness is not you know, one guy's fit, one guy isn't. You know, but one guy's going to let us down, or two guys, because if you can't make the dives, two guys that I don't know who they are, but they're out there, are going to let the whole team down because we won't be able to run or execute our strategies if you're not in shape. And that is going to be a defining moment. And you know, the only good thing is it'll be what it is. But if we don't have to worry about team fitness, we're going to be a better club. And then the whole thing comes together to a team strategy. So just to review what we're doing, that's what I wanted to do. Matt can do better slides than I can, but effectively stay in the channels, safe, good hockey. I think we've got that good. I just want to show a quick slide of what happens when you don't. This is safe, ugly, boring hockey. We go up the wall, up the channel, and we turn on the corner. We use the three. We bring it into the net. If that's working, there's no reason to change it. If we can beat teams doing that and we practice it, there's no reason to change it. The point is, I don't think we will beat every team being able to do that. So we need something else in our bag of weapons, and that'll be the next thing. But basically, you just go up there and we go in and out of that channel, up to the corner and in, and we're going to do well. This just to show you is what happens when you try and open it up at the wrong time. So this slide is actually showing. I don't know if I can show it here. Probably not. Oh yeah, I can. The moment this guy opens up going this way, it doesn't matter which way he's going, that way or that way. This team has all the advantages because they are going that way. And I don't think it matters what you do. Even if this back guy swings, if he swings, they're all high risk plays because the other team has momentum. So at some point you've got to go. We have to choose our moments for momentum, and I'll cover that a little bit. But our momentum in Montreal was one of the things that hurt us because players would be using um, opening up the play when we didn't have momentum. We're not driving. The minute we're rolling that team, or they're pushing back, or we've got momentum, then we can open it up. And then we've got players that can open it up like crazy. But before we do that, we have to have everybody stuck on the wall and stuck in and pushing, and we have to have them rolling just a little bit, and then we open it up, which spreads them out, and we can go in. So we just need to be able to do that. Quick overview. I love the goal setting plan. I'm hoping guys have read it. There's a lot of things that were really strong and a lot of strengths. I was going to do a strength and weaknesses, but this really isn't about our strengths. It's about what we have to work on. So just go through the weaknesses, and we'll go through them quickly. But we need to know this is what's going to happen. Um, our weaknesses are our focus as a team, and I really don't want to start saying to players, but I think it's all players. We've all got families. Some have kids, some don't. We've all got work. We've all got other sports. Your other sports. If you can keep doing them, I encourage you to do them. Cross training is great. If you can't, you need to be doing what gets us fit and strong. So, our focus has got to be as being as fit as the rookie, so the rookie doesn't look fit, and the rookie's got to do some work as well. We are all responsible for that. And right now, what happens when you're not really focused on it, individuals will kind of go, we're not really talking about it. I notice on the page, nobody's really calling anybody out and saying, hey, come on, guys. Okay, we're a family. Let's get up and start saying, guys, what are we doing? Are we in the pool? Are we in the gym? Because it's very easy to say I'm doing underwater rugby or underwater hockey, or I'm playing hockey, or I'm doing this. But reality is, if we're not putting the hours in, we're going to lose a really good opportunity, because we do have a team that can do well if we're fit enough to carry out what we're trying to do. Tactics. Most of you play 3 times a week for years, so trying to change your tactics to how we're doing is really hard. If you carry on doing it in club play, it's even harder. So on the weekends, practice safe sex. So sex, no, safe execution. So safe execution is what you need to do at every club play. Don't just because you can do a huge swing, or you can go right up the middle of the pool through everybody. If you do that, you're taking an opportunity to practice how we need to play with body position and safe movement and following the puck, and you're letting that go. Individual fitness. Said this earlier, the rookie's not in good enough shape. So rookie, let's lead us up and get guys going, and let's get it rolling. Individual and team fitness. The way I say that is, again, we're all responsible for the success or the failure of what we're doing here. And team fitness is, if one guy's letting us down, if one guy isn't doing it, and it's for good reasons. He's got family, he's got work, he's got this, he's got school. If they're not doing it, if you're sitting somewhere in Alberta and you're not, and I'm not, sorry, that's not meant to quite, but if you're sitting somewhere in some province and you're not doing the work, we've got to help you get to do the work, and you're going to have to start coming on Facebook, and you're going to have to start going, okay, I am going to the pool. I'm actually in the pool of the gym. And the pool, it's an explosive cardiac sport. You need to be in the pool, you need to be underwater, and you need to be doing it regularly. I'm going to think, I was looking at this earlier, but I'm going to say, at the end of this, you should be adding, for January and February, we should all be at 18 to 20 hours. And we can talk about it, but that's what the other teams will be doing. The other teams will be doing those hours. I might ask everybody to go and check whatever sport you like, and go and look at the college level or the elite level, and look at any sport and choose one each. Maybe I'll give it out to you, and go and look online and find an article on how many hours that guy is doing to be called himself an elite athlete. We can sit and call ourselves elite athletes, but if you're not willing in January and February to be at 18 to 20 hours, you are not an elite athlete. We're just kind of playing at it. And so as team fitness is, we all have to find a way to do that. And that's hard. It's not easy. And we won't all do it. Our team fitness is that the guys that don't do it will mean that we'll be standing on the pool deck in South Africa going, why aren't we in the final? And we'll know why. Other weakness, opening up the play without momentum. We have to have positive momentum to open up the play. Once we're at the moment we're at 0 or at -1, our only intent should be get it safely to the channel and secured. And you can't go from -1 to 0 to +1. You have to get from -1. So you have to stop it. Then we get to 0 as the stop, and then we can move it up, and we have to regroup. So I'd say in Montreal we didn't do the stopping and the regrouping very well. We kind of got hustled, and then we try and break it up. What we do is we try and beat the other team with our skill. And it didn't work in Montreal, and it really won't work against stronger teams than the US had in Montreal. So using the swing without momentum, it's not a defensive play. It will a good team will burn us every time we try it, or they'll roll us. So they just start a roll. Last one, I think I've covered them all in together, but we need to kind of understand regroup and momentum. We'll talk about it more, but regrouping is a key thing that we need to get right. And if we do, I mean, we'll be successful. I'm pretty confident we can get there. No idea. Okay. San Jose, I think we need to do it. Gone back and forth. I think we have to do it. I think everybody has to be there. It's not the cheapest place to go. It is Super Bowl weekend, which will, I guess if you're in town Sunday night, that'll be a fun night, but they are going to pay for all our accommodation. So really, when you look at someone paying for all our accommodation against CMCs, that's, hotel's $100 a night or whatever it is. So even if you share it, it's $30-40 a night. They're going to, so the tickets may be $100 more or $150 more. They're paying the accommodation. Overall, I think that's going to be something we need to do and to our advantage. We need another clinic. We need a clinic against tough opposition. We need to show, now we need to bring it two together. We need to show, particularly against the US, which is a really good market, we need to show that we can beat them using just the channel, which is how I think we'll beat them. And then we want to practice in a different game or the same game in a different half, how many times we can open it up successfully and safely. So we want to be able to open up, realize we're in trouble, and then get back in. And playing the US would do that for me. So I think that's something we're going to need to do. We need to help each other get in shape. Every guy, I need to hear guys on the Facebook page talking to guys, getting them going, particular guys, Kevin, Caleb, guys that don't have guys around them. I know how tough it is. You need to step up. You need to get involved. I need to hear that you're swimming. I need to hear that you're in the gym. We just need to do it. We have to be responsible with our time. Work out how we're going to get that time. It's not easy, and it's going to get harder. We're going to say let's start ramping up November, December. Most guys, the guys right now we're on like 8 to 12 hours, and we're kind of cheating in some of those times. So we need to find a way to get 4 to 5 hours. I'm going to suggest swim times, swim sets that is not underwater hockey. So you have fins on by all means. I'm not saying don't do it with fins, but let's get some swimming going. Let's get 3 or 4 hours a week in the pool in 3 or 4 sessions and help each other do it. And the same for the gym. The gym isn't as important to me. The swim times are. Let's get the extra swim times in. Get yourself challenged in club play. Shout out to Adam. Well done, man. Wear shorts. Wear t-shirts. Tie your left hand to your back. I don't care how you do it. Find a way to make it challenging. Make it difficult. Find a way to make sure that you can, say you're playing, 5 spot, say I'm going to take it to the left wall. However you do it, make sure that you decide. It's so easy in a club play to allow the other player to dictate which way you go. So have it say, I'm always going to go left, regardless of which way the guy goes at me. So the guy, B player, comes at you right from the left here. You go, okay, well, no, I'm still going to go left. I don't know how you do it, but find some ways to do it, guys. Make the commitment. Sacrifice the hours. The hours are the key. And I know with families it's tough, but you can be as driven as you like and as competitors if you like. If you're not willing to put the hours in, nothing else will balance that out. I might do monthly challenges. I think we should do. I remember we did a crunch one or a push-up one or last time around. They're really good. We've got 3 months or so. So let's just get from December, January and February, we've got 3. We'll do 3, and maybe we do the warm up and we'll time it and we'll video it and time, who can go through the full warm up the quickest. Or anyway, I'm looking for some ideas, but we need to get something that we can all make sure that we're all improving and putting the effort and the time in. Swim and gym I covered. Get them done. Just get them done. That's all I can say. Just get them done. We talked about our goals. We talked about our dreams. We talked about what we wanted to do. Now we need to start executing. So if you're not executing what gets us to where we are, we won't get to where we want to be. And honestly, guys, if we fail, one of the things I'm happiest about, if we fail, we have decided we're a family and we're going to fail together. So if one guy lets us down, we've already agreed, well, one guy let us down, we're a family, and we're going to be disappointed and hurt, but we're going to get over it. I would prefer that that guy didn't let us down, and I'd prefer that he looked at himself now and got it sorted out. Again, that's not at anybody. Every guy has to look at themselves and go, what am I doing every day to meet our goals and succeed? Okay, guys, any questions, let me know privately or on the page. We'll see how it goes. Thank you.